Greetings, my fellow scavengers, nomads, and villagers. Radaman here. Thank you for tuning in to the Wandering Village Tutorials series. The final episode, Episode 10, Testament of Survival. Okay, cool. We're heading south. I'll grab this dune before it's out of view. Yep, there's even more dunes that I can see, which is great. It's gonna give us all the sand that we need. Well, at least for the scout tower. Then we're still gonna need a whole lot of dunes for the monument too, because that costs a lot. Oh, here's a mine. Perfect. So I think instead of opening and closing the iron furnace and the sand dune, I have enough population just to keep one person in there all the time. Even if they're idle, it doesn't really matter. It's fine. For carpenter... Actually, for stonecutter and carpentry, I'll do the same thing. I'll just keep one person as a baseline in there all the time. And then if I'm starting to run low on resources, I can always throw it into gear and stick more people in there. So we have all the glass required. We're just waiting on the iron. I'm impatient. Get another scav hut. Oh, whoops. I tore out a spike somewhere. I don't know where, but let me go ahead and get the Ambu Doctor and the feeding trebuchet out, because he is not going to be happy about me ripping out a spike, and I'm going to have to make it out to him. I don't know when it happened or which one it was, but I'll feel bad. Maybe there was a spike here blocking the cottage that I didn't see or something? Oh, no, I think it was the cactus spike. Yeah, it was a spike here. This spike was harvested even though I, made sure to tell them not to do that. Okay, so here's a choice. The last time we had this, I didn't have enough slabs to even offer it to them. But, we can give them what they need to start their settlement and have them join us on Ambu, offer them water, or, we're in need of resources so we can decline. And it looks like you guys want to invite them. And they give water and a lot of healthy people to join the village. 91. It's a lot of people. All right, let's build another hut. That means I have 30 unemployed workers right now. Do I have something meaningful for you to even do? I'm going to employ 5 of them as carriers, and let's get another worker post out here so that they can do, well, maybe not in that spot, but so that they can do things that matter. Because we're getting to a point where, I'm not really sure I can gainfully employ them anymore. Maybe, but I'm not certain. So here's another scav hut. That will allow me to run 3 missions at once. When the scout tower is fully done, our vision radius goes up a lot more, giving us options to get running longer missions, which means more scavenger huts is generally a pretty good idea. And here you can see the survival monument requires 25 of each resource. So that's what we're aiming for. Okay. Ambu's onward. And I still have 18 people just sort of mucking about, not doing anything. as we head into the mountains. Oh, another option. Here you go. Choice. Looking for protection? We found shelter. We can offer them water. We can do a dance party, or we cannot interfere with ritual and look for resources elsewhere. Now, what I do find interesting about some of these events is often when nomads are trying to join you, you get the option to agree or turn them down. And then these specific events are just like, well, you might get people. It's not really up to you. So here we go. Oh, this instance, we lost water, we gained corn. But sometimes those events are just like, oh, they joined you. And you're like, wait, I didn't want anyone. But there's no way to exile anyone. So once they join you, there's no recourse. They're just like part of your, they're part of your group, like no matter what at that point. So as we enter a new biome, I'm not going to be harvesting, I'm not going to be doing cactus anymore because it's going to be too cold. So let's make sure that I don't hit that last Anbu spike. And help them manually harvest. We did run pretty low on water as we went into that last biome. So one other thing I could do is to put like a water tank down to help contain more water for when we're in the dry biome. So now in the mountains, wheat's still fine. Corn is not, so we're gonna have to switch that from corn to beets. And tomatoes are not fine either. So I will do wheat, beet. And wheat over here as well. So 2 wheat, 2 beet. So we'll have 3 food variety. We'll have wheats, berry muesli, and beet soup. Hey, a shrine. I haven't seen one of those in a long time. Luckily, Anbu, from the feeding him and all that, is back to wagging his tail. He's not too pissed that we lopped a spike off. He forgives quickly. It's not something that you can do constantly, because you will be penalized at some point, but at least initially, you accidentally hit 1 or 2, and it's not like he's going to start ignoring you flatly. So we are 6/10 of the iron we need. Oh, and here's a decision. Yeah, I'll pick them up. Oh god, so many people. Are we... Yep, we're over pop max again. We're almost to 100. Also running low on slabs, so we'll employ some slab cutters. Alright, everyone's housed again. Good. Now what do I have to avoid? A very quick-moving thunderstorm up ahead. So we're going to have to get our timing down right so we don't get hit by that thing. Given all of the manpower I have on the back of Anbu now, if we did get hit by it, it wouldn't be detrimental. It wouldn't be too bad because we have so many people to be able to repair it quickly. But ideally, you don't want to get walloped by it anyway. I mean, why have to fix things that don't need a break in the first place? Yoda, what are you doing? Are you licking unmentionables right now? Yeah, no privacy, dude. You're on camera. Come on, man. Alright, we're about to enter its zone, so I'm going to sleep. He accepts command. Good. He's not very tired, but after the strong thunderstorm makes a pass, I'll tell him to run, which is going to be here in a minute. And you can see it lights up red when it's dangerous, and then it's green when you can pass it. It's a really cool feature. I really like that feature in the game so that you can try to control Anbu to limit damage. I don't see a lot of games that have features like that. That are like sort of chance and kind of also not up to you. Run! Don't shake, just go. Yeah, I'm easily gonna pass this thing, I think. Swiggity swooty! Getting out of that wind. So if my meals are down to wheat and beet, let's correct that. Very muesli. This is probably the last polenta I can make because I'm almost out of rice. And then I guess we're just using up whatever remains of our tomato and corn for now. So I'm not going to switch over to beet soup just yet. Not until like... Oh, no, that might be it. There we go. Oh, no! I didn't even see the cold snap. Oh, that's not going to be good. Rip crop. Scout tower! Is that not a big difference? Look at all those shrines I didn't see before. Alright, I'm gonna vote to go south to try to keep those shrines in view. You can either agree with me, continue south, or disagree with me and go north. It's up to you. So at this point, it is now just a matter of saving up for that last monument. The final monument. So south, interesting that we're going through a cold snap right now. South looks like it has a heat wave up ahead. Searing sand heat wave. Should I stop running? No, I don't really care. I don't care when he sleeps. Doesn't make much difference. So yes, you guys want to head south. All right, I'm going to make the decision here because I'm about to get the resources for the stone road to research laxative. Because actually, you know what? Let me not do that. What I'm going to try to do is to make Anbu not hungry so I don't need to eat the stones. I think that's probably even better. So walk and eat. So if I get him nice and full, he's not even going to bother to eat the stones, which is better than having to feed him laxative, in my opinion. It's pretty glorious that I can see this wide. Very nice. And we have traveled 800 kilometers. There's a lot on the back of a world turtle, as I'm still going to call him. All right, so you guys you voted on stone roads, so I will comply. And then I'm going to ask what to research after stone roads. Here is the list on the right side of your screen. You can vote. And let me get the stone roads researched. Stone roads are going to be really nice just to be able to get out to the spores quickly and to stop the spread from harming us. Oh, there's a mine back there. I need to hit that. In fact, I'm maybe at the point where even a fourth scav tower might make sense. I didn't think I would get there, but now I'm there now. So the crop I have right now, the beets are surviving, but the wheat is not surviving at all because it's a little bit too cold. But I know someone asked if when you were in a cold snap, do you still get water? So here's your answer definitively, because I answered you before without proof. But the temperatures are freezing, but it's still humid enough to pull water from the air wells. All right, the wheat temporarily ran out during the cold snap, so I'm going to fire the baker and the windmills. let's see here. I'm kind of low on planks, so let's get that ramped up. So there's the last scav hub. As soon as that's staffed up, send party. It's a really cool view, this view. Looking at sort of the hive. It very much reminds me of like a bustling beehive or something like that. Also, the tooltip says, but yeah, the effects of the scout tower doesn't stack. Building multiples doesn't give you wider and wider radius. It's just one bonus. And I believe, I might be wrong, but I believe the maximum scout time is 2 days. It doesn't get any worse than that. So even with the scout tower at full vision, it will never take more than 2 days to do a round trip out to a spot and back. So like I'll check this oasis once we're done. Yep, 2 days, 0 hours. 2 days, 0 hours to this dune. Yeah, no matter how far it is 2 days round trip at worst. So I'll go to the oasis. Why not? Sometimes oasis can have a lot of sand. Anyone want to break this tie of research on the right? Murphy's Law. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. So the final monument is 8/25 and 5/25 glass and iron. Hopefully Anbu gets moving because I'm running out of places to scavenge. I'll just tell him to move. He was basically awake anyway. He had slept off everything. So the last thing I want to do is to feed him before he hits those rocks so that he doesn't go, ooh, yum, rocks, and, you know, ends up ruining his beautiful teeth. So in a minute here, he's going to be fully tended to with 0 hunger, 0 poison, 0 sleepiness, just like the start of the game. And, all right. Next, we research laxatives. I will say, to, again, put my thumb on the scale, tree nursery is really not that necessary unless you're cutting your mother trees. Because if you see here, I just have a lot of trees that I can cut. Like, I don't really need to run a tree nursery. Because I have 230 wood and 77 planks. And there is plenty of resources to exploit on Anbu's back. Ooh, an event. Pick up Settler's Shore. So now we're at 101, and I think I'm done. I think I'm going to start turning them away unless you guys don't want me to. So I'll poll for that. But I think over 100 people is probably pretty good. Should I keep accepting nomads or cap at 100? You guys can decide. I don't mind either way, truly. I just figured I'd poll for it anyway. You want me to cap it or not? I'll give you a timer for that poll. Only ask because we're kind of running out of, like, useful things to do. Or at least I think. We're getting to that point that Kadath asked about before, which is, did you run out of things to do or not? We're about to switch biomes again, which means, ooh, another shrine. Which means, changing up a crop yet again. Puppy treats. Sure thing. Hey, buddy. All right. So wheat will grow, beets will not. So beets will turn to corn. And this will become tomato. So let's clear out all these old crops to make way for the new ones. So we'll have bread, berries, corn, tomatoes. There was a bunch of heat waves ahead of us. There's scorching sand and then heat wave. Definitely going to want to run through the scorching sand. The speed at which we get through the heat wave kind of doesn't matter as much. And it looks like we are about neck and neck, glass and iron. So here's the scorching sand. Laxatives. So stone roads. Here we go. I'm going to put one big thoroughfare stone road through there. Another one here. And then this one will go down. And this is so many slabs. I'm going to need more resources. Go down like that. I think those are the most traversed roads that I have upgraded. It also means that I'm going to probably run pretty close, low, at least low on stone. Maybe not out fully. I'm not going to resort to mining the Ambu spikes if I can help it. I definitely don't need to resort to that. I can't imagine a situation where I would. And it looks like you guys want me to cap, barely, but you want me to cap at 100. So I'll keep the population about 100. I haven't really been clicking on these guys, but they have your names, like Travis and, well, that's not one of you. Allie K. What's your name? Nat Beast, so on and so forth. It's a very cool little feature. Blue. Sujuka. Oh boy, I forgot to mill my my wheat. Gotta get back to that. So I got ridiculous amounts of it. Alright, what are we ambling towards? A heat wave. So we just got through the scorching sand. As you can see, it did a number on Anbu's health. Might not be a terrible idea for me to doctor him back up. He does regenerate when he sleeps and rests, but I do have the herbs to be able to just fix it. I haven't been telling him to sprint through this stuff because I don't really care how long it takes for him to get through it. And I think, crazy enough, I'm going to build yet one more scav hut. We are almost out of slabs, though. So, stonecutter, get cutting. Because of all the roads that we've been making. Roads? We need roads where we're going. Yeah, my stone is super tanking. Settlers, sorry! First time I told you to not join. Feel a little dirty about that. Instead of carriers, I'm going to employ builders. So we're going to have general workers, and builders. So those 5 designated builders will help to build the roads. Because right now we've been placing the slabs, but not actually constructing the roads. Which means all the resources and none of the benefit. And then I'm going to send my expedition parties out to the quarries, because I am hurting on stone. I'm down to 1 slab. We do have the slab for the scav hut, though, which is good. So that's staffed up, and go to the quarry. Soon. There it goes. Hey, Shellbell. That's a big rat I have? I know. It's the premium model. You should see the cheap one. Although, you know, they keep asking me to insure this thing. My car insurance salesman. So my food is rather low. Do you think I should go into the jungle or stay in the desert? I'm going to vote jungle. Yes is jungle. No is desert. Type quick. I'm surprised that it doesn't give you some sort of, like, variability here of, like, when to end these polls. I don't really mind. Have I named him? Yes, his name is Onbu. O-N-B-U. Hi, buddy. All right. Jungle we go. Have I switched to Geico yet? Never! I believe in mayhem. So this boulder only has 26 stone left, which is not enough. We're definitely not going to be able to pave that pathway without excessive amounts of extra stone. Oh, here's an option for excessive stone. So, petrified footprints of Onbu. Do we follow the tracks for possibly dung or something else, maybe knowledge? Do we investigate the tracks more closely, or do we try to get stone instead? It's up to you. Okay, you guys want dung. Yep, dung it is. Dung it is. All right, thanks for the dung, guys. I really needed that dung. Very, very important that we have that dung. Is dung good? Dung makes some resources. It's not that useful. Oh, I don't know what to research now. So what do we research next? I did just get laxative. Laxative leads to constipator. So I guess that will be an option. So there is the choices there. Eat command, constipator, food liquefier. We have all the village stuff. So then tree nursery or laboratory. And for now, because I don't have an answer, I'll fire my researchers. I am going to make the choice here. I am going to look for resources elsewhere. I gain 20 sand. Because you're voting for something. Taking a look at the monument. We're almost done with the glass. It's actually the iron that lagged behind. Interesting. Usually, well, in my past plays, it was always glass that lagged behind, but I guess I was so paranoid about not having the glass that I've been getting it as a super high priority now. If you have a question, there's actually a channel point redemption so that I can see them more easily, so. Is making Onbu constipated ever good? Not really. It's not that useful. No. Only if you give them laxatives and you're trying to counteract the laxatives. But at that point, you're just, like, giving them a lot of drugs for probably no reason. Onbu's probably going to decide to sleep here. And I don't have to tell him to. But yeah, we definitely should sleep before we enter the jungle, because sleeping in the jungle hurts. The temperature has been brutal. I mean, basically nothing is growing right now. My corn stopped growing entirely. Or my tomatoes, rather. It's too hot. Although the paths, you can visibly see the difference here of walking on these paths, I think. It is pretty significant. And my scout teams keep bringing back stone, which is very helpful. So I'll just keep hitting the quarries. There is this sand dune. I should probably get that sand. It's about to be out of view. Oh, an event. Nope, sorry, not coming. We went out to that settlement to basically just give them the finger and leave. I feel a little bit bad about that. Not all the settlements are just join or not join. Sometimes there are other options. But it's random. Alright, Ambu's heading in. We might get hit by this. You know, I'm going to tell him to run. Because otherwise, if we go slow, that spore cloud might get us. Another option? Nope, sorry. Alright, maybe I'll stop going to the settlements because they just keep resolving as a, do you want people? Yes, no. A mine. Oh, here's a choice for you all. So it looks like laboratory is going to be the next thing. Do we want to use the remains from ancient times? Let's make use of these old rusty parts. Or rusty pieces are useless. Let's scout for more rare resources. So after traveling down into the mine shafts, it's a huge industrial hall. Old rusty pieces of plate armor that might fit a huge creature like Ambu are laying around. Do we use those pieces or do we scout for rare resources? Alright, 1 it is. And that gives us 30 iron. Damn, that's a windfall. That is all the iron we need for the remainder of this monument. So, we're about to get the survival monument built. Now that we're in the jungle biome, tomatoes are good. Corn does not grow, so we'll go from corn to beets. So tomatoes, beets, wheat, wheat. And that will help to replenish our dwindled food supplies. Not that it matters, because we're about to win. That's a lot of iron. Oh, here it is. The survival monument. And only an hour over time. Ambu's still running, isn't he? Slow down, dude. It's not a race. In fact, there it is. We got it. Well done. I hope this will inspire our people for generations never to give up, to pull through even when the odds seem overwhelming. And most importantly, I hope it reminds them of the value of cooperation, without which survival would not have been close to impossible. With this, I think I can finally retire. You have overcome many obstacles, and no matter what else we may encounter, I am certain that you will lead us towards a prosperous future. It has been a pleasure to go on this journey with you, and I hope that we can go on another one soon, without the early access of the Wandering Village and beyond, or throughout the early access of the Wandering Village and beyond. So that there, you can hit continue and continue playing and researching, but I will show you the roadmap. Oh, it's a website, so I won't show you the roadmap, but I can read it to you while I continue. So here's that final monument. It's a monument of Ambu, surviving against all odds in cooperation with the villagers. And the roadmap. Right now, they have added Pet Ambu. Next up will be taming birds. Your villagers learn to tame wild birds. They can become pets or help out with scouting missions or foraging missions. After that, a water biome. Your villagers discover bodies of water that they'll have to cross with Ambu. They hide new opportunities and resources, but also new threats. After that, trading with flying merchants. Flying merchants will roam the skies and pass by your village from time to time, trade with them for rare resources and artifacts. And then after that, ruins biome. Your village will travel through strange lands full of abandoned ruins and mysterious artifacts that tell the tragic story of a lost civilization. That is what is on the roadmap for development. Thank you for tuning in to The Wandering Village, which originally streamed live on Twitch September 10th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below, but please keep in mind that the series has since ended. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhodamont.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my gaming community, Rhodamont.com has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Twitch subscribers that showed up to support me during this live stream, viewers like you on YouTube, and my Patreon patrons on patreon.com/Rhodamont. Thank you so very much for watching, and I'll catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell.